And Doris, the quickness both of these teams possess should make this an interesting game. We could see a lot of transition play.
Neither of these teams is going to be under duress of the shot clock. I am curious to find out which team not only plays quickly, but does so without turning it over. That maximizes their possession. That team, I think, has a real shot of winning this basketball game.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. The forward spots will be Barrett and Randall. Emmanuel quickly out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Tice in at the 5. And another shot. It doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Sharp. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, gritty play by Sharp inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Tice, no good. Three-pointer, Lillard buries it from three-point range.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
On the wing quickly. Last game out, he had 14. Yep, that one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Julius Randle. And the 3-ball is good.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp that time.
Well, as somebody who grew up in New York and New Jersey, I was a Knicks fan, right? They have such a great history. Think back to the championship team of the 70s, Walt Clyde Frazier, then the Patrick Ewing era, Bernard King. They have had so many Hall of Famers.
And here's Randall after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And Doris, growing up around New York, what makes this Knicks franchise so special?
Well, I think certainly the energy of the city, the passion for the game of basketball, playing in the Mecca, how fired up opponents are to play in Midtown Manhattan. The Knicks are a team that everyone follows.
That's good from Tice.
Boy, Daniel Tice bided his time, was not a rotation player early, but this guy is smart, he's physical, he can play on the defensive end at a high level.
Doris, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Daniel Tice and what he means to this team.
Well, this is a guy who is the epitome of a hard worker. Daniel Tice is undersized to play the center position, but the countless hours of perfecting the craft, understanding the extra time needed in order for him to make an impact on the floor.
Here's quickly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Back to Brunson. Shoots from 12. They get the rebound. It's tipped. They shoot again. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And again, it's Portland with the 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Blazers.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Was your Blazers youth dance team.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Thanks, Kevin. I asked him which part of their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and he said, to no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep. So we're going to try to get that dialed up early on. We will see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. Here's Tiny. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Barrett kicks to Brunson. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Kept alive. Will it go? Got a piece of it. Now, here's Thibault. D right on him. Pass to Tiny. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Tiny's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here's Barrett. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Randall no good.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Thibault, the pass to Tiny. The dish now to Nurkic, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that.
A different look now for Portland. Watford's checked in, and it's Simons in for Matisse Thybulle. Lillard against Rose, and there's the pass to Hartenstein. He kicks to Barrett. Swiped it away. Here's Tiny. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
New York calls timeout. Doris, what do you think about the possibility of the league adding an Offensive Player of the Year or quote-unquote best season award on top of the MVP?
I hate it, Kevin. And the reason I hate this, look at how competitive last season's MVP race was in the NBA. 3 guys equally capable of winning the award. Embiid, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. All were worthy MVP candidates. I think to dilute a race of that caliber would be a mistake.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on a 19-4 run. Passes to Watford. Simons with the ball. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Hart, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Pass to Simons. Now, here's Sharp. 11-point game his last outing. Here's Tiny. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here's Hart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Grimes passes to Randall. The Trailblazers pull it in. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
And here is Hart after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Over to the wing. Here's Hartenstein. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
For 1.
goes, passes to Randall. Trying to end the drought. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of...
Substitution on
Ends
the
up
court.
going with the new group. And a new group in for the Knicks. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Emmanuel Quickly. Daniel Tice out there with Hartenstein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Barrett at the small forward position. Clock at 6. Here's Brunson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Tiny's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Tiny, in the last game against New Orleans, lit up the floor. He scored 18 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And Lillard kicks to Thibault. Back to Lillard. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Pass to Tiny. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now, here's Tice. He's covered closely. Brunson with it. Now defended by Tiny. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Brunson the pass to Hartenstein. It's Barrett on the wing. New York needs to get off a shot. Launches a 3, and the Knicks miss again.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's Allen on the wing. Defended by Tice. Allen passes to Tiny. It's rebounded by Brunson.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Allen surveying the D. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
2 minutes remaining.
It's Barrett on the wing. Defended by Thibault. There's the pass to Tice. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Quickly. New York, no good that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
You know, Doris, I feel for guys like Emmanuel Quickly. The college tournament canceled his final season.
And that's brutal. You can never replace the excitement of March. But Quickly is starting a long NBA career at last. That 2020 tournament cancellation ended a lot of college basketball careers. Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Thibault, the pass to Watford. Down low, here's Tiny. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Barrett for 3. Tiny grabs the board. Tiny's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this
Emmanuel
team.
Quickly. Second personal foul.
Portland, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
At the line for your Trailblazers, number 7, taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Rose passes to Hart. Here's Tice. Passes it to Rose. To stop the run. A shot off that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Sharp, the pass to Tiny. A second chance effort, and it's good on the lane. 18 points for Tiny.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers.
17.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
In at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. Tiny out there with Matisse Thybulle. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard outside. Makes it off the glass. And now it's up to 25 points for Lillard.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Brunson finds Randall. Off target from the baseline.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Now, here's Sharp. Quickly covering. Sharp, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Quickly. Now Barrett. 6 points for him. Brunson with a clean look, and it's off from three-point range. Pass to Thybulle. Lillard outside. Sharp, the pass to Nurkic. Basket counts.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Randall kicks to quickly. New York moving it around. The pass to Tice. Back to Brunson. Over Lillard. True on the 14-footer.
Daniel Tice is unselfish by nature, puts the pass on time and on target.
Lillard scanning the floor. And the Trailblazers, another three.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Lillard finds Brunson. Over in the corner, Randall. Passes it to Tice. Randall no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Pass to Thibault. Back to Lillard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Defensive
Well, if it ain't
foul.
broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Team foul.
And he's got his first chance at the line
At
here.
the line for
Gotta.
Portland. Substitution on
Totally
the
new
court.
group here for Portland. Watford's checked in. Tiny comes in for Eubanks. Allen's checked in for Sharp. And it's Carter in for Damian Lillard. And Hart has it in the corner. We know the NBA is exploring alternate broadcasts for selected games, allowing users to pick their commentators. Doris, should you and I be nervous?
Josh Hart.
Kevin, I'm always nervous, and you will always be the A-team. Come on, my man. The fans know they need to listen to Kevin Harlan.
You are, Doris, way too kind. Coming from you, a Hall of Famer, you kidding me? I'll work with you any day, and I'll do the analyst, and you can do the play-by-play. How does that sound?
Kevin, love it.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Daniel Tice out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Brunson in at the point guard.
Yeah, easy
Knicks
call.
foul. Julius Randle. Second personal foul. Fourth
And what do you
team
guys
foul.
think so far about the offensive approach for the
At line for
Trailblazers?
Portland.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Sims is checked in, and it's Roby in for Julius Randle. Pass to Hart. Here's Roby. Back to Hart. 6 on the shot clock. Out left to the wing. Brunson. Off target with his three. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Tiny the pass to Little. Carter outside. Isn't it great? The NBA is becoming a global product. As more games are scheduled overseas. Doris, any locations you'd like to go to call a game? Maybe you and I could do a game in the Bahamas. How does that sound?
I love it, Kevin. If they're tipping it up, I'd love to be there. And think about it, beyond the travel and the opportunity to see the world, the opportunity to expose new fans to this game that we love so much, certainly not something to take lightly.
And the pass to Brunson. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Tiny's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Allen outside. Carter outside. Over to the left wing. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot, and that one good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Omoruyi, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And for a while there, Greg, it seemed like we were entering the super team era. But lately, homegrown talent, players you draft and develop or sign and develop, seems to be the way teams are going.
Yeah, and it's not easy to maintain a culture when you're bringing in stars from outside. We've seen some cautionary examples here of late. And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Rose, he's checked in for New York. That one misses. Last year, as we know, the NBA, Doris, named the members of the 75th anniversary team. Any players that were missed that you think should have been on that list?
I mean, the one guy that comes to mind immediately is Klay Thompson, who will go down as one of the great shooters in NBA history. The problem for voters, I think, is the challenge of weighing the accomplishments of prior generations with what we are witnessing today. It is a challenging vote. There's no doubt Klay will be top 100 when it comes in 25 years.
Tiny, the pass to Allen. Here's Tiny. He's covered by Rose. Here's Tiny. That one goes in. Tiny's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Hart against Allen. Omoruyi, the pass to Hart. Over in the corner, Rose. Over Carter.
2 minutes.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
2 minutes.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Fades and shoots. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Substitution on
Yeah,
the court.
the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Little. And it's Cody Martin in for Allen. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Grimes is checked in.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Carter against Rose. 1:22 left in the fourth. Here's the teardrop. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Portland.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside, and that was working all game long.
And I think, guys, we sort of expected a win here in a season already with 66 wins. Tonight's win will notch that up one more to 67. A very dominating presence they seem to have nearly every time they come out on the floor.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Tiny.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Winslow with it. Martin from outside. Not going to go that time. Passes it to Grimes. Tries to keep it alive. A three-pointer off the mark. Right wing. And here's Winslow. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K.
Alam ko na isa to sa na-miss nyo, yung ako'y magpakabis, pero at least lagi pa rin nasa list kahit walang nirelease.
Like, what's it been like for you and all your gameplay team to like meet the community and interact with the community and then have them playing, you know, the product before launch? Is it a pretty cool feeling to build that relationship, you know? And you said this is the 3rd year in a row. How's it been over the years, and how's that affected the gameplay?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're bringing back, at least today, there's at least 4 or 5 returning people. So we've already have kind of relationship and a rapport, and you know, the first time some of these guys came in, it wasn't like they're ready to just give us their raw feedback, you know? They're trying to be polite, they're trying not to like, you know, get in our faces on stuff, but now they're ready, you know, they're very, very willing to just give us their honest opinion. And there's nothing beats the in-person dialogue. Because we can be, you know, on forum posts, we can be on Reddit, Twitter, and we'll get feedback, but it's usually not filtered, and you can't really get a gauge for exactly what people are complaining about. So when you can just have a conversation about things, and it helps them too, right? They can bring up points and things they don't like, and we can just talk to them about things and how the game is built, and they understand why some decisions are made, and they help us guide us too. They help guide our decisions of what, you know, what they think.
Tonight, this could come down to the backcourts, Grant. They're both very talented.
Yeah, B.A., you know I love great guard play. And, of course, each team has some serious skills at that position. So expect a fast pace of play, lots of threes. It should be one heck of a matchup.
And the starting group for the Celtics. Brown and Tatum are the explosive wing pair. Horford and Williams together in the front court. And it's Smart in at the point guard position. Now here's Tatum. Smart outside. Just 5 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Here's Williams. Nurkic with some nice D. Thibault with it. Picked up by Tatum. It's stolen by Tatum. The 3-ball. Rebounded by Tiny. With all the fan support MP has now, it's easy to forget how tough it was for him at the beginning.
Yeah, think about this. Booed on draft night, a hostile home crowd early on. That's all in the past now. He's endeared himself to the fans and the whole community.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Knocked loose. Here we go, one-on-one. And he comes up with a bucket.
That's an athletic play by Shaw. Putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, staying with it and looking to expand this margin. Hard-nosed takes like that will certainly help.
Now here's Brown. Last game he had 28 points. 5 to shoot. Horford right side. They get it back. Kicks it out to Smart. Horford outside. Boston, no good that time either.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Lillard outside. Here's Tiny. Williams defending. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Sharp. And it's Portland scoring again.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Boston calls time here.
And you have to think that one advantage this Celtics team has is a deep roster. Lots of quality guys they can assemble different ways. They're pretty adaptable.
Give a big round of applause to your Blazer.
Here's Brown. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Horford, and Horford powers it home.
Look at Horford just rocketing off the floor. Putting the defense on notice with a big dunk.
You know, a versatile bench really is a gift for the Celtics in tough situations.
And even a great starting five isn't perfect against every opponent. It's important to have flexibility, and that's something that Boston definitely has.
Now here's Tatum. Last game he had 28 points. Puts it up from 12. Brown can't hit. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Over to the wing. Here's Sharp. Sweet little floater. Sharp's got 6 points.
And his athleticism is big for Sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Horford can't hit.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Brown passes to Horford. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter.
If you want to talk about a high-value veteran, Al Horford is your guy. I mean, he's been around the block and has a ton of wisdom to share with younger guys.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point. Doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
For the Trailblazers, Watford's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Simon has subbed in for Thibault. The Celtics also with a sub. Brogdon's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And we talk a lot about momentum heading into the postseason. But then you see teams resting their players, willing to take a few losses, Smitty.
Well, B.A., the reason why is you have veteran stars who know how to win in the playoffs. Health tends to be your #1 concern for those guys. But for young upstarts, momentum can make the difference, especially in that first series.
Smart outside. On the wing, Tatum. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. The floater over Sharp. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. For Portland, they've got 7 of 8 in the basket. The shot. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now here's Horford. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Simon's with it. Six to shoot. And the Blazers getting another bucket right there.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Now here's Brogdon. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Shot to stop the run. Blocked! And that'll be Boston's ball as it goes out of bounds. Celtics able to keep possession here. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
And the Blazers making a change here. Carter's checked in. A big group substitution here for Boston. Griffin, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Horford. Gallinari, he's checked in for Tatum. And it's Kennard in for Smart. And it's good for 2.
Extremely fluid on the offensive end. Kennard can score in just about any situation.
Pass to Carter. Back to Simons. Here's Sharp. He's got 6. Sinks that one from the post. Sharp's got 8.
Just a smart pass by Simons, finding the open guy and setting the table.
Out to the right wing. Kicks it out to Kennard. 3-pointer. Doesn't go for him. And it's Portland the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
They flat out dominated the last time these teams squared off, particularly on the glass.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
Here's Kennard, following the bucket by the Blazers. Now here's Brogdon. They get the rebound. It's deflected. Here's Sharp. Give him 8 points now. And it's in there. He's got 10.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Outside Brogdon. Free throw line jumper. And so it's Portland. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
It's dance time in Portland. Here are your Blazer
Happy St.
dancers.
Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Boy, the Trailblazers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
We've got Matisse Thybulle, Sharp out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Drew Eubanks, and it's Tiny in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Thanks. Well, Tiny in their last game against the Knicks was outstanding. He had 24 points, and it was his highest point total of the season. He put up significant...
Going with almost an entire new group here. Horford, he's checked in for Griffin. Gallinari comes in for Williams. Kennard, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. And Malcolm Brogdon is subbed in for Smart. Up top, Horford. Kennard outside. Pass to Gallinari. Launches a 3. Simons with a rebound.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Shoots over Brown. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Simons has got 11 points. Boston's shooting just 38% in this quarter.
After 9 seasons together in Portland, the backcourt duo of Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum are no longer teammates. C.J. sent to New Orleans.
Here's Little. Pass to Tiny. And he goes in for the dunk.
Seeing the floor much better. Little with an easy find right there.
Boy, that Lillard-McCollum combination, Smitty. You think it was time to break them up?
You know, I think both were getting a little older. Defensively, their size was a bit of an issue. But I love this scoring duo. They were incredible, B.A. Some great memories in Rip City for Dame and C.J.
Off the line for the Celtics, Luke Kennard. 1 shot.
And they say to win big, sometimes you have to sacrifice. Tell us exactly what that means, though, in basketball terms, Smitty.
What it means, B.A., as a player, you might have to accept a more defined role. Most players grew up as the best player on their team. When you're on a contending team, sometimes you have to just star in your role.
It's good.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Left side, Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brown's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Going all in. That was the 2K drive. Well worth a second look.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Simons outside. Up and over Kennard. And it's Portland with another.
And once Simons gets cooking, watch out because he's capable of dominating games all by himself.
It's Brown on the wing. He's got 10. Back to Kennard. Pass to Gallinari. Releases. The shot won't fall. Now the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
Sharp, he's checked in for Little. Griffin, he's checked in for Boston. It's been a devastating night for them. Nothing has come easy, Grant.
Nothing indeed. Even when they've tried to make adjustments, it just hasn't worked.
Brown passes to Griffin. Boston, no good that time either. Portland has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Three-pointer Sharp. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And here's Brown for 3. He can't hit that time. Here's Tiny. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing in spot. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Anthony Simons, he's been playing really well.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Taking a look at the Celtics. Tatum and Horford at the forward slots. Smart and Brown, a great defensive backcourt. And it's Williams in at the 5. Here's Sharp. Simons outside. Pass to Nurkic. To the middle. Here's Tiny. Nurkic against Williams. Nurkic shot is good. Nurkic has got 10 points in the game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
You know, B.A., even with the game well in control, he's going right at the rim. I love it.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Man, Blazers fans have been having a bit of whiplash. Western Conference Finals to the lottery in just 3 years.
BA injuries had a big part to play in that. Shows how fast the NBA landscape can change. Fans are hoping they can get back to what they were just as quickly.
And so Tatum nails both of them. Portland has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Pass to Simons. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
I think Simons wanted to whistle. He goes inside and makes havoc.
At the line for your Trailblazers. Ant at the line for 2.
First free throw is good. And so Simons nails both of them.
Such an explosive talent. Anthony Simons can carry your offense in stretches when you need that.
Horford for three. Offensive rebound, Celtics. And Williams punches it home.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
On the wing, Simons. Defended by Brown. 5 on the clock. Shoots from 12. Simons' shot is good. Simons got 4 points now in the quarter.
The mid-range J from Simons, old school.
And Boston calls time here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks. Well, Jason Tatum added muscle to his frame and layers to his game, but still not satisfied. He said, quote, I just got to be better. I have to elevate my level from being one of the top 10 to 15 players to a top 5 player. I got to make everybody else around me better. Brian, still work to do.
And plenty of runway to do it, Allie. Thanks. Thibault, he's checked in for Portland. Williams is checked in for Boston. Lillard against Smart. Here's Tatum. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Thibault, that's good.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Tatum against Thibault. From 13, Tatum shot is good. Tatum's got 6 points.
With the skills of a guard, Tatum has the size of a power forward. It makes him so tough to stop inside.
Back to Lillard. Pass to Sharp. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
Brown inside. That shot off the mark.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Thibault finds Lillard. Outside Thibault. Pass to Tiny. Uses the glass on the layup.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Here's Williams. That's tipped. And he's all alone. Here's Tiny. And there it is for him. He's got 6.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Pass to Tatum. Here's the 3. Boston, no good that time either. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 15-6 run. Now here's Lillard. 3-pointer Sharp. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Completely on his game. Hasn't missed a shot all night. A big part of why this team is winning.
And Jusuf Nurkic, a solid role player, fits well into any team environment. A great passer and doesn't need touches to contribute.
Here's Tiny. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Pass to Williams. Kicks it out to Smart. 4-3. Lillard pulls down the board. And we saw last year, Nurkic can also act as a mentor with young players, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., and that's a great veteran presence from Nurkic. Not a star player by any means, but a player everyone would want on their team. And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
The Celtics have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Oh, there's the alley. It's stolen by Nurkic. Here's Tiny, defended by Smart. Lillard outside. Pass to Tiny. Yes, Great play by Lillard to set it up. 10 points for him. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Here's Tiny. Rebound Boston. Williams has got rebound number 7 tonight. Pass to Tatum to stop the drought, and finished off by Tatum.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find.
Lillard, count that one. Lillard's got 13 now.
They have no answer defensively inside.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Tatum. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
And look at Tatum getting aggressive inside, firing off his shot while drawing the foul.
Jason Tatum.
And that one falls for Tatum. Portland ends up going with a new group. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Robert Williams checked in for Griffin. Horford comes in for Gallinari. Brown, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. And Smart subbed in for Kennard. Outside Winslow. Back to Martin. And in this era, we see some stars asking out, saying we don't have enough to win. Smitty, that's not the old school approach, is it?
It's not, BA, but what I would tell you now was totally different than the past. It's the length of contract. You have players now and teams have the option after 1, 2, or 3 years, so it definitely will be a lot of movement.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
And the Celtics making a change here. Muscala, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Horford. Hauser, he's checked in for Smart. And Pritchard is subbed in for Brogdon. We've got Nasir Little. Javon Carter is out there with Cody Martin. Then it's Justice Winslow. And it's Tiny in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. 4 on the clock. From outside the arc. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Boston's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Outside, Brown. Here's Pritchard. He's checked by Carter. Back to Brown. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way now. Outside Winslow. And it's Portland with another.
Making things happen in close, that's where Winslow is most comfortable scoring the basketball.
Here's Pritchard. He's checked by Carter. Got a hand on it. And Smitty, in the NBA, we know that coaches are often the fall guys. But when you see players saying, Coach wouldn't let me be me, too easy?
Well, I think you have to take it case by case. The one thing I would say, everybody has to be a pro in organizations. Those are the organizations and individuals that usually succeed.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Trailblazers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, BA, just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine